Welcome back, guys, to a new live day trading episode. My name is Julius. I hope you're well. We are back in the S&P 500. I'm trading 5 micro contracts here on my equity account. That equals the amount of $25 per point. I hope you're well right off the bat. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in live trading, I upload every Tuesday and Saturday. Alright, so let's see which opening we have here today. So we got some clear lows all the way here at the 195 and the tops of this trend or range, whatever, are here at the 215. Now we have to decide whether we want to trade a trend opening or a range opening. First of all, we have to agree that this is a bullish trend building up here. The question will be where this candle will close. If it would have closed somewhere up here, I would have probably told you, okay, we are in a huge trend and I would look to buy the market, at least here at the 209. But since this candle is closing pretty low here, this is not actually the complete extended trend. So I would maybe say, okay, there might be the chance that we are in a range. Opening here in the upper third, but maybe in a range here. So maybe I want to see if I'm able to sell the market up here. At those previous tops of the range, we have the lows of the range approximately 16 points away. So quite a big one, but the opening of this market wasn't really all the way up here, but rather more or less coming down to the middle part of this range. So maybe I just want to see this as the European range here and we want to trade that. Okay, now let's see if we can get an entry and we'll fill it. All right. Pretty much here at the tops is what I wanted to see. Now we're gonna set a stop loss right here. All right, one tick above those tops. Should this bar close above my stop loss, I would immediately go long. Until then, I remain short here. So this is quite a difficult situation to identify. I'm gonna make it blue, I guess. So we could say we are in a trend. All right, but we are not opening all the way up here. If we would have opened up here, I would have definitely say, okay, we are opening in a pretty strong bullish trend. I wait for a reversal, for example, to this point, and then go long again. But the market was opening already in the reversal. So we are not in the complete extended trending scenario, but rather are opening, we say this is the range, here somewhat in the up third. In this case, I have to make a decision between trading this as a big range, where I want to short the tops and buy the bottoms, or if I want to still see it as a trend and then immediately go long here, because like the retracement already took place here, okay? Once the market opened here, the US session, the retracement already took place. So I would have had to buy the market immediately right here if I want to continue trading this trending scenario. But I decided that I want to see it as a range since we are not opening here all the way up in the trend. I usually only trade those trending openings where we really do not have a overall top and or an overall low of a range, okay? So if the market would open somewhere up here, then we would not have such a clear top, like we would basically already be at the top. Then we would have definitely a trending scenario. But right down here where the market opened, at this point, we definitely have some clear tops that are quite a few ticks away. And of course, clear bottoms that are quite a few points away. So in this case, it would also make sense to trade such a range opening in which I want to continue with the range, selling the tops, buying the lows, you know the deal. Especially because I do not have such a big stop here, okay? So the risk is very small here. We may are risking 3-4 points depending on where this candle would close above our stop loss. So the risk wouldn't be too big. Guys, what I'm seeing, I opened a long position here. That is complete wrong. Why did I do that? Good thing I noticed that quite early, okay. I accidentally opened a long position instead of a short position. I was just looking at the P&L with all of my explanation here and thought, why are we in a negative P&L? The market is below our entry point. Guys, good thing that I saw that quite early. I don't know what's wrong with me. Probably you would have been completely confused right here why I'm talking about selling the tops but having a long position here. Let me just show you my second monitor. Now you're gonna see my second monitor. This is my funded account, my prop trading funded account. I'm trading here only 1 micro contract instead of 5 on my equity account. And I did it right here. So I opened this position on the equity and on the same time here manually on this prop trading account. And I opened here a short position. So I did it right. But on my equity account, I accidentally somehow opened a long position. Okay, no big loss, $18 because of my little mistake. I think that is still totally okay, but I don't know what's up with me here in this case. I really don't know. Okay, good thing I noticed that quite early. We only are missing half a point here, like 2 ticks, and now the market is going short. Good thing I noticed that early. We would have been in a $100 loser here. Okay, that's because of my whole explanation. Maybe I'm just used to going long in the market this last few days. I just pressed the buy market button. No, I did not press the buy market, but I know what I did. I set in a limit order. That was my mistake. I set in a limit order and I did not do it. I set in a stop order. I accidentally set in a stop order instead of a limit order, yeah? I pushed here this one. This is a buy stop. I wanted to put in a sell limit. That was my mistake. Okay, now I notice it. I wanted to go in with a limit order, but accidentally put in a stop order. Yeah, so be very careful with that, guys. Good thing I noticed that quite early here. Even though there's a chance the market will go further long, of course, I want to be in the right position that I anticipated. Okay, so now we got short more or less here at the tops. Stop loss is set, everything is looking perfectly fine. So instead of thinking about all the possibilities I could do with range openings, trend openings, I should focus on opening the right position first. I think that's a basic thing. Yeah, sometimes you are in such a routine and doing the same stuff every day that those little mistakes can easily come up, yeah? Like pressing the wrong mouse button. I right-clicked and opened a stop instead of a left-click limit position. Sometimes that can go very fast. Alright, so no big deal. Currently, we are definitely at the point where some sellers are thinking the same way we are doing. Okay, now when we take a look at the footprint chart, we see why the sellers do not have such a easy chance to go lower. We have several imbalances here that are acting as support. Clusters here, point of control, 1.5 minutes left for this candle, so it won't be easy to close all the way down here. Delta is negative, that is a first good thing. So last minute of this 5-minute candle. Let's see if we can test here the lows again of this candle. New imbalance would be here at the 205. Yeah, we tested the lows again. So as long as we can keep this negative delta, I am quite happy with that. So far, my idea is currently not completely wrong. Everything is working for us. Good thing I noticed that only with 2 ticks in loss that I had the wrong position going on. You probably were totally confused. I'm talking here that I'm trading a range opening and I'm going to short the tops. And you're seeing that I'm opening a long position. Probably were completely confused, but so my explanation was right what I'm doing here, that I decided for a range opening instead of a trend opening since the market was already going short, but my execution was totally off. All right, yeah, so the sellers are definitely there. There are some sellers. Now I guess we just have to see which side of the market participants is winning in the end, is winning in 10, 15, 30 minutes. Which one is the dominant side? That is what we have to wait for. Look at that, guys. New lows are being made here. I'm very happy for now with my decision of shorting the market first. And also with that kind of open P&L, my little mistake of half a point isn't making too big of a difference here. So I'm quite happy with that. The only key factor in my strategy where I really have to make a big decision is right at the opening. Which opening do I want to trade? A trend opening, a range opening? Where do I want to enter the market? That's the only big decision I have to take on my whole trading day. This is why I sit here concentrated, do that decision, and the rest is completely according to plan. For the rest, I have my specific rules. I have my stop loss. I reverse the position once the bar is closing above or below my stop loss, and I move the stop loss according to specific rules. So everything is according to plan. I do not have to make any big decision for the rest of the trading day. It's just the opening where I have to decide, okay, what the right thing to do is. So currently we are getting, and that is very common in the last few days, that we get big movements in one direction and the candle will be bought back or sold off again almost completely. I noticed that in the last few days, and I very much do not like this market behavior. Because like we see there's a big fight. The delta is still negative. I'm glad about that. But I noticed that very frequently in the last few days that we get those big movements that are on itself already kind of unusual without any news or without anything specifically happening to the market, and quite out of nowhere we get like such a big move breaking all the supports, but then the market buys back like most of the candle. And yeah, that is quite unusual, and I don't know the meaning of it. Maybe we just have to think for ourselves that this candle is just at the lows here and did not make another 3 points of a candle wick. So let's see. Because on itself, such a 3-point candle would not be too bad. But like seeing this wick here makes me a little uncomfortable. So I don't know, that means a lot of buying pressure is coming in from below. We also got the magic number of 5,200 here, acting as big support here previously in the European session. Quite some things going on here, we can agree on that. Currently I'm still totally right with my assumption going short here, but that could change very, very fast. We do not have such a big stop loss, so we are kind of safe here. I can imagine a lot of you guys would also already thinking about taking profit here, since we got a value area low, some imbalances, market found first bigger support. I think you wouldn't be too wrong if you're a scalper taking here your first profits after like being 5 minutes into the trade. Take the first profit here. I'm not doing that. Why do I not take profits? I would only take profits here if I'm thinking the market is going long now. Would I open a long position here? No. I don't have any rules that would tell me to open a long position here right in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we got some structural points that may act as support, but you can basically find them anywhere in the market. I would not go long here. Of course, there might be a chance that the market goes long here and breaks our support. I would not do it. So I also am not taking the profit, okay? That is my style of trading. I wait for bigger trading moves. If your style of trading is taking profits more frequently, taking smaller moves, but then a bigger number of trades, that is totally fine. If it's working for you, do that definitely. My style of trading is it's like trading as little as possible, not doing too many trades. That is my style. All right. But I think we can disagree on some topics and still all be friends here. This should be a safe space, this channel, for all of us discussing things, disagreeing with each other on different topics. But in the end, we can all make money. We can all be friends. Enough said. So let's see. Take a look at the footprint chart. We're building clusters on 2 consecutive price levels. That is a first long signal for me, at least from my footprint chart knowledge. Also, the delta is on the edge of going positive. Active market buyers come in. And in a footprint chart, when we are at some structure point, for example, also value area low, some imbalances, and then the market is printing clusters in 2 consecutive 5-minute bars. That is a first sign for me that maybe the momentum is changing a little bit. We find like kind of a bottom to this short move, but I'm not trading the footprint chart, so I'm not acting on that. I'm staying short here, but maybe a reminder for you, maybe some people of you are trading primarily the footprint chart. For me, that would be, if I would only trade the footprint chart, definitely a sign to maybe think about going long in the future. For example, if the delta is already also changing, we get some more indicators that, okay, we may change direction, then I would maybe start going short, or maybe already doing it here. Stop loss wouldn't be too far off, so could be kind of a idea to do that. But I remain short here since I'm trading the 5-minute chart and not the footprint chart. So the first bullish candle formed. Let's take a look in the mini if it's also bullish there. Yes, it is. So this would be, for example, the first real indicator to maybe go long here, okay? Like the short momentum decreased, we got some big short bars, then the buyers came back in, bought the whole wick or half the wick back, and then this little doji candle, so shifting in momentum. So we can agree, okay, the chances are quite high that this candle will close bullish again. Why do I not change direction then if I see it like that? Because I remain short. There's still the chance that we're gonna do 2 counter trend candles in this case. This one as a bullish candle and this one as a bullish candle, 2 counter trend candles. And then a move back to the lows, a short candle. That is totally possible. And that would be the first opportunity for me to move the stop loss. So I'm sitting here and waiting for the market to tell us in which direction to go. Currently we are still trading in this range. Everything is according to plan. Okay, now the bulls are really pushing for it. This is quite a strong bullish candle. So maybe this upwards trend is continuing. As I told you before, you might also trade a trend opening with going long here or going long somewhere down here. So this wouldn't actually be too bad of an entry. Would have been in a approximately 5-point loser, but then also already in a 3-point winner. So going long here would have definitely also be an idea. I'm holding on to my take here, going short more or less at the tops. There's also quite a common pattern that we see regularly where the European session is going in one direction, in this case long, and then the US session is going in the complete opposite direction, in this case short. But we also have to agree that the European session starting approximately did also go short for a couple of hours before reversing long, so it's not only one direction. And the Asian session, yeah, did not do that much, slowly but steady declined a little bit. So 1 minute left approximately. It's going to be very interesting where this candle is able to close. As I told you before, I'm mostly orientating myself on the close of each candle. Okay, what happens like in between those 5 minutes is not of my concern. I'm orientating myself on the close of each candle. Why? That's also the reason why I'm not using an automated stop loss, but just a red line, and I manually close a position once a bar is closing above my stop loss. Because in backtesting we can mostly only work with finished candles, with closed candles. And since I based my strategy, my systems, a lot of backtesting data, and I can only backtest with closed candles, I also do only want to trade with finished candles, alright? It's just the thing of backtesting. So, this candle is finished now. The second bullish one, as I predicted. Now there might be the chance for the bears to come back in. We are again here in the upper part of this little consolidation or accumulation. We're also at some structure points here. Those structural highs, maybe a little lower. We got some lows here that found support here, resistance here. So this is a little structure point, and that might be the chance for the sellers to make new lows. It's gonna be quite a hard time for them, but this would be the opportunity. If the buyers instead can hold strong and push higher, I think our position is not looking too good, and there might be the chance that we're gonna be stopped out. Okay, so if the sellers would want to win this little fight here, they definitely should sell the market now. Because once the buyers are really breaking higher, it's definitely gonna get a lot more difficult. Like such a 2-bar reversal is still very common and completely usual. But now here also, when we take a look at footprint chart, we got here the imbalance, support of control. Now this is the time for the sellers to come back down. If not now, then it's gonna be hard. So if I would have scalped this footprint chart, I saw, okay, we got those clusters here. I probably would have gone long, let's say somewhere here. If I would have not been too fast, I probably would have gotten about a 10 tick winner here in my long position. That's not very much, but for a scalper, 10 ticks can be quite good. For my day trading approach, of course, I'm trading such a little size, 10 ticks is more or less nothing. So it's not looking so good here. I would have thought that until now, the sellers would have come in a bit more aggressive. So maybe we have to agree that we are still in a overall long scenario. I think the short was worth trying. We could have made some good profits here if I would have closed the trade, but I'm not regretting it. I'm holding on to my rules. But currently it's not looking too good anymore. The buyers are pushing for it. Delta is positive. So we may have to prepare for the fact that we are gonna be stopped out here, up here. So be it. That is no problem. Of course, there's still plenty of chance to go lower. But I thought, okay, our chances are vanishing a little bit with this third bullish candle closing very strong. Alright, yeah, as I predicted, bulls are going for higher highs here. We are back at the tops where I shorted the market. Yeah, sometimes, guys, it's better to take those little profits when we can. at least if it's your approach. For me, it's not even a consideration to do it because it's not my strategy, but you guys, this could be like a lesson. Take those profits at big structure points when you can. Even though you might miss out on bigger trending moves, it may work for you. For me, I'm just focusing on those big trending moves. I get my pleasure from that, staying in the market completely till the very end. Market goes lower, lower, lower. People buying against the trend, closing their profits because of fear of losing them again. And I stay in the trend and I get my pleasure from that. But on the other side, that means that on such days where I have a $200 profit, I may lose it all again because the market is changing direction. But that's part of the game. I think that's the reason why we all can be profitable despite having different strategies, right? So 2 minutes left until this candle closes. What I can do is also print my stop loss line here in the mini. Should it get very, very tight with being stopped out or not, I would orientate myself on the mini because this is the one that is really moved by the market participants. The micro chart could differ from 1 or 2 ticks because it's basically made by market makers. So we want to orientate ourselves on the mini chart to see if we are stopped out or not. So sellers not coming in, there are clusters on a higher price level. That means that the buyers are very strong, continuing higher. Last minute delta is over 1,000 contracts in difference between the buyers and the sellers. So unless there's now a big sell-off incoming, this possibly doesn't look too good here. But we have to agree that at this point, there are definitely some bigger structural points. So looking at the last few days, yeah, it's getting quite close here. So I may have to take a look at the mini. Okay. And we are stopped out. I reversed the position immediately, no hesitation. We took $81 loss. Keep in mind that there are about $20 because I messed up the first direction. Now I will set the stop loss here, 1 tick below this low. Let's see if I did it right. Okay. And we are going long again. So that's completely fine. You can't always catch perfect entries. I messed up a little bit first here, but I think my short direction was the right idea for quite a while. Unfortunately, market found big support here, was not able to continue lower. Now I had to reverse the position. No problem at all. That is part of the game. Now I'm gonna let the market continue, hopefully going long. And I guess I will mute myself a little bit, stay a little quiet. And we're just gonna wait for the market to do something. Once it should go back down here, I will get back with you guys. Unless that happens, we're gonna just continue long. So I'm gonna mute myself and we'll see what happens. Okay guys, little update. So we made a 2-bar reversal and then went back all the way to those tops. And that is the first opportunity for me to move the stop loss 1 tick below this bar's lowest wick. So we tested the tops again. After this 2-bar reversal, stop loss is not that far anymore. Still a little over break even, in a little profit here so far. But we also have to acknowledge that this day, yeah, wasn't too volatile until now. We got from the opening point a 7 to 8 point lower push, and then from the opening up we are now 8 points in profit, so more or less break even for the day until now. Let's see where today's trending direction will go to. We made a new high for the day, so that means once we get another 2-bar reversal and then a push back to the tops, we would be able to again move the stop loss. I'm also moving it on the mini chart here. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm gonna mute myself again. We can take a brief look into the footprint chart. Okay, probably we're gonna make, yeah, a new tick higher since this was an unfinished auction. This had a negative delta, this candle. Now we're back in the positive. So far everything is working very, very good. I'm glad to see that. All right, yeah, I'm gonna mute myself and then we'll take a look where the market is going to. Okay guys, we are over 1 hour in the trading session and I think this is a perfect point to end today's live trading session with a profit of approximately $200, depends on where this candle is closing in 30 seconds. Yeah, so the long push was definitely successful. We could have made some more points if I would have somehow went long somewhere up, somewhere down here. There were two options to do that. First one would to in general trade a trend opening, then I would probably go long here or a little lower here. Second would be if I would miraculously took profits of my short trade down here and then went long again. I did neither of those two things. I actually held on to my short position until we were stopped out and then reversed into a long one. And currently we are $200 in profit, 260 on this open PNL trade, and yeah, with approximately $80 loss, 20 of which occurred because of my little mistake at the beginning. So far, great successful trading session. I think $200 in equity for one day, or at least for 1.5 hours of trading, is a very good hourly wage and very successful so far. Thank you guys for watching till now. I hope you could learn something today, maybe can even say, oh, I would do that better than him. I definitely learned that I will not trade as he did at the beginning. Totally fine, do what you want to do. I'm just showing you my honest, authentic results. And of course, there's also room for improvement here. But so far, I'm quite happy with how that turned out for today. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support on the channel, for sharing my trip to become a very profitable, good working trader. So with a profit of $200, this live trading session ends for you. I'm going to hold on to this long position for the rest of the trading day. I'm going to see you in the next video. Definitely make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We see us in the next episode. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.